happy that this respected office works very closely with the regional politics, and we are moving on very well. So that this is what we thank you for this. I don't want to talk a lot. Other issues we shall get the feedback as we reach the community. I say all this for God and my country. I wish you all the best. This is on behalf of the cow of Arua district. Please not here with us, build other commitments. Thank you.
The rest of this commission, the leadership of our district, I was provided from board members, once again, for those of you that I am chairperson, chair for Board Branch. I want to say that I'm very thankful to board that this day has come. I note that I missed the previous opportunity of launching this when I was away in the district. But we're getting constant feedback from the I have not heard of any serious issues just as how it is.
This system comprises of components. We have a pole which will be pumped and the water goes to the reservoir. And at this pump house, we have also components. We have electro-mechanical components where we're going to put the panels. The panels will give us power, which will, of course, pump the water to go to the reservoir tank. At the reservoir tank, we shall do gravity. The water will now flow to the communities by gravity. But from here, we shall pump it to the tank. So here, as I said, we have that point where the panels will be, and then this is the pump house where they regulate pressures and so on as the water goes up. And then here also we have a sanitation component, EcoSan, for the person who will be keeping the place. So they will be using that. Also the visitors, if you come, you also use the EcoSan if the nature calls. So at this point, this is where we are right now. So here we now have the network. The network has the distributions. So this other distribution goes to the village called Biachichi. This distribution goes to Ayayia Primary School, then Alivu, and finally down the other side where we live. So from here, from the pump house, we have a transmission line up to the tank. From the tank, we have the distributions to the tap stands. So the tap stands have been located. The tank is here. The tank is here. So along the distribution lines, we have the tap stands where people will be drawing water from. For now, as per this project, we have only provided 8 public tap stands. The rest, communities, after we hand it over, communities with the district water officer, they will be able to tap this water. Whoever wants to tap will tap and take to use our home. So that is what we are doing. That's the scope we are doing for now. But after we hand it over, it will now the district water office will charge. Either they will also hand over to Northern Umbrella. because government has mandated Northern Umbrella to do operation and maintenance of these big facilities. I can stop there for now. During our design, we saw the line would go this side, but after the drawings coming out, we decided to divert this line, but this distance remained the same. So this distance, we just mirrored it here. Yeah, so that's why you see he has put the dotted line. And then when we went to Biachichi, there was a more need, and we tried to look at our budget. So we made additional kilometers to serve the communities of the place called Arua 1. So we diverted, we also picked from here and moved. But that is now finally the distance.
What's the total distance then?
And I'm going to the total distance. The transmission line is 3.7 kilometers. The distribution lines, there are 4 distribution lines. There's that with the 75 diameter is 2.2 kilometers, the 75 diameter. Then the 50 diameter is 2.7 kilometers, and then these other ones, the 40 diameter is totaling to.
No, we are not water engineers technical. You explain, what do you mean by 75 diameter?
75 is basically, that's the size of the pipe.
Oh.
Yeah, then the PN, you will see the PN 16, that's the rate. It is a strength to hold the pressure of water. Yeah, we need. That is why you say OD 90 PN 16. That is the, then OD 75 PN 10. That is the PN is what? So basically that is that, and this works was the consultant's work was done by WSS, and then the contractor is Cornerstone, and then Red Cross is the client, and the Uganda Arua District Local Government. That's why you see it's appearing in that signpost. But this one appeared like this because this was the design when we were doing the designs. This one,
Yeah.
yeah, you are right. No, you are right.
Why did you take it away from
Yes, you are right. Initially, when we were doing the ASIA, environmental social impact assessment, we saw the line would go and up. But after we realized there were many communities here, were very many, and they are the ones who raised the concern. And I told them, fine, since it was still at the excavation stage, so we just decided to mirror this one here, and that one we solved.
So Michael, that means now it's not reaching Alivu village, but goes to another village, or it's
No,
still
this is still Alivu village.
but in a
This is-
different.
Yeah, it's Alivu village. So here, there was really a very big concern. Though here also had concern, but when we again went here, these people around here were fetching water from the stream which goes down there. So we saw it. Then when we went to look at our budget along this pipe water construction, there was some small money. So we now they had to make an addendum for the contractor to just increase this additional distance. But of course, yeah, the pressure is very okay. Everything is okay.
Sometimes when the pipe
Yeah.
divert, then
Perfect. We had a meeting with these communities, and we told them, fine, give us a few days so that we go back to the drawing board and check the pressures. So after us checking the pressures, we confirmed the pressures were very, very okay. Not that place lower than this side. The way you are seeing it now, you think this side is low. This side is the way you are seeing. But when you go to the GPS and so on, the side is low.
About the production capacity of the water. water.
Yes, the production capacity here, the pump during the borehole during the drilling time at 15 cubic. But when we did the pump testing, we pumped at 12 cubic. But now we are going to extract only 10 cubic per hour. 10 cubic, that means 10,000 liters per hour. Why? Because according to the guidelines, because now we don't need to strain the aquifers because it's the water which recharges. If you overdrain, then the aquifers dry and the borehole dries up. So we're extracting 85% out of that. The 12.
You say it's going to be solar powered?
Yes, it's solar powered.
So,
mm.
yeah, this is great for
and then on what he had said about the pressure, but then for us now, when we come to the O&M later, the same.
Of course, along the 40s, we have the tap stands, public tap stands, where people will be drawing water from. And then in the future, after we hand over this, there are those ones who want willing to take water to their houses. So they will
that this water capacity, because now I know people will take interest in taking it with a smaller pipe to their household, their homes.
Yes.
Are we sure the water, the quantity will be enough to meet that demand, which may be now or in the near future?
When we're doing the feasibility studies and the designs, we conduct what we call water demand. Water demand means we are going to look at the population and project that population for 20 years, because this one we have designed it for 20 years, calculate the amount of water they will be getting per day. So it's going to be enough for 20 years.
Okay.
That is the design period of life of this system.
Okay.
Then for the issue of the land, this project is not purely for Red Cross. It was started by the district by drilling the source, and now when we had engagements in meetings and also there was a request now to have the source. What do we do? Then now Red Cross came up and said, okay, let's coordinate and see the water gets to the community, because we're all serving the common goal. It's not that we're coming as we're all one. What we want to see, the community we are serving are all healthy. So that is how this. So the district drilled the source. Red Cross did the pump testing, and
For the issue of land, the land is secured. We have a land agreement with the landlord, which was signed, and I think we have a copy was given to Michael. And one of the benefits that we give to the landlord is a tap stand in his home. That's the benefit he gets, and I think, and he will not be paying upfront for his tap stand. So that's one of the benefits. But we didn't do any compensation here for land in terms of money. No, that is a community contribution. To give land.
And where the pipes run through, it is by the roadside.
Yes.
Yes. It's
not
that's the road
because
reserve.
reserve.
Road reserve.
Carl was asking about the sustainability component, the water committees, what? Yeah, each tap stand has a committee, and they have been trained even to do operation and maintenance. They already have those skills, operation and maintenance. And the way we shall reach one of the tap stands, we have designed these tap stands in such a way that there's a key. You will open and fetch the water.
Okay.
The caretaker, after you are fetching, closes and goes.
By the way, we delayed a bit in that trading center. One complaint is that they had requested, is it 12 stands? And you have given 8?
No. According to the design, it's 8 public tap stands.
Oh.
Yeah, that is the design. That's why I was saying along this we shall have 8 public tap stands. But
So
the rest now will...
You will preempt that, because when we meet them, they will certainly raise it.
Yeah, they have been raising, and even there, in fact, there are a lot of concern. People want water to reach there. There are even those ones who even started excavating them by themselves. I said, no, first wait. Hey, let's first finish here. Okay. They have started here. They started.
You should also preempt another one, that people you had hired them to dig. This fact, I wanted the production minister to be the one to talk about it. But you had hired them at the local level at 1,500. They were negotiating for a slight increment to 2,000. You discontinued them, but you brought your own people from outside at 7,000.
Thank you.
Those are realities.
Yeah, you are right. Those are complaints which have been there. When we had that complaint, I came here with LOC5. We had a meeting under that Tamarind. LOC5 clearly. In fact, there was even a one who was testifying. He was even the one that, see, these guys are giving us 1,500 per meter. A meter is here.
Oh, yeah.
That is a meter. In fact, just here.
Yeah.
At 1,500. And for him, he says very comfortable. But these other colleagues of his, I think for them, I don't know. I can't even. So he testified that the money he has been getting, because the contractor says he pays them in time. He has bought his goats. I think the goats have even started multiplying, and he wants to buy his cows. The more the goat, as the goats multiply. So Chairman 5 addressed that, and it was yes. All whatever
Maybe you
came
can
here.
Just clarify, because that issue of the first lot going away.
Yeah.
If it happened, then what caused their going away?
Yes.
For a new lot to be brought in. That's what needs to be clarified.
Yeah.
If
So-
you already clarified on the issue of the payment.
So when we handed over the site to the contractor after we did the groundbreaking at the very same site there, clearly RDC, Deputy RDC by that time said all the local labor should come from the community. Them said that's fine. The next day, the contractor started mobilizing LOC ones that mobilized for us the local labor. And indeed LOC ones road. These people were even given the approvals and so on. They started work. After 1 week, the contractor paid them their monies. I think the guys got excited. Some of them started drinking and failed to get back to the site. Those ones who got back to the site were able to continue. Now, these ones who got excited started now discouraging now these ones. Of course, now you start saying, let's raise the what? The prices. But initially, they had a meeting and agreed that this is the amount of money. And for sincerely, how do you expect to dig this? Because when we were meeting the chairman, LOC5, they saying they wanted 20,000. Just digging here.
5 is per meter.
Yeah, this is per meter. Because per meter is this. 3 of this of mine, like this is a meter. And we really want 7,000.
You wanted 18.
18. You see?
You wanted to maximize.
Yes, Bonnie.
To add on to what Michael just explained, personally I was there. It's one of the challenge we predicted, and we made it very clear, like those who will receive the money and first want to enjoy their money and come back may not be in position actually to come back. So I'm not surprised to hear that. It was one of the expectations we had. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. But of course now the contractor, you have to think outside the box. That I want this one. You have a time frame to. So you have to again to go and mobilize now outside what the villages here. So that was able to get people from. Mobilized outside the. So that is what happened. Because in fact he killed like 2 weeks. I was on his neck. I said, you man, think outside the box and get people from outside.
So I think we can start from here.
The contractor made an obligation to complete this work. Is he able to finalize within that? Because we handed him the contract on, because he did the groundbreaking on the 27th of March, and then he started the work because we gave him 1 week for mobilization, but there was that week of Easter, so he officially started work on the 12th of April, and we expect him to finish by June 17th, and today is June 11th. Okay. So, as we are moving on, we need to tell him whether he will be able to finish doing that, and also will tell us so far what has he completed. Then we should be able to evaluate the remaining 1 week, 1 working week. Okay. Because we don't count on Saturday and Sunday. Those remaining days. So you should be able to tell us that of the remaining days we shall be able to accomplish. Okay. But be careful when you are moving because of this.
Okay, basically as per our contract, we are remaining with the solar structure here, solar electromechanical, and the pump, fixing this pump, then the tank. So for this tank, for this pump here, I think it will be here by Thursday this week, and the solar also will be here by Thursday this week. So by next week, we'll be able to pump water and do the testing. So for the painting works, we'll also be starting. We have started. Yes, we've started painting works, and it will not also take more days. By weekend, it will be done. So basically, three things are remaining. Because I also put a rail there. Yes. There are not more, but more items. For the tap stands, basically they're also ongoing. Some where we are done, left with manhole plastering and what, which is going to be done by Friday this week.
Okay.
Yes.
So the discussion is open.
It is open. My interest for him to confirm what he has just said, because at times it is easier said, particularly when we are around. Then shortly, excuses are there, and we start asking for extensions. We start asking for variations as a result of extensions, and then the desire of the community and the local leaders on the project completion starts dwindling, and the anger starts coming in. So I wanted you to just re-echo that commitment that it is actually true. You are finishing within that record time, because I'm seeing you are doing a good job. I'm seeing the work is going on, the painting. I hope it's not because of our visit. The work is going on, I'm impressed. And I would imagine it can be complete within that time.
Yes.
It's just the reassurance that it will be there.
It will be complete.
And for us, we commit to keep on monitoring. We normally come with or without other people knowing. We come around.
Contamination of the water around the transmission lines, either even from here, from the pump house, or along just at any stage, because the water might live here, and purified, but it's going to reach another point when it's contaminated.
In other words, maybe let me highlight what he's saying. He's talking about, do you have a chlorination point, a certain point? How do we do the chlorination?
Yeah, Mr. Dong.
Yes.
When we're living in Kampala, that question is very important.
Yes.
They say tap water is not safe. That from the source it is safe, but along the way to the distribution points, that the thing can be cut from somewhere and then it gets contaminated. And yet it's different from developed countries where tap water is generally safe and children just drink it anyhow.
Maybe for me to respond to help him. Okay. We always have points of contamination at distribution lines. You might find somebody is digging in the garden and by accidentally cuts the pipe. Already contamination starts from there at the ghost household. So those are points where we cannot now identify. It is you, the owner, to come and report and say, I have cut this pipe. Now, this goes to somebody's house and goes to your tank. That's why it's advisable to boil your water. At any point, we advise you, please boil your water, even national water. Even if they put chlorine on it, it's advisable to boil. So at those points, distribution points, especially going to your households, it's advisable for you to report if there is any point of leakages.
The pipeline. That's why we are putting the system there. The water user committee, who will be monitoring. If they see there's the water coming out from some point, that means there's a leakage. Very fast, you work on it. And the moment you work on it, definitely will not be. So all the contamination is because of the leakages, which we in construction we try to really avoid so much. But you can't rule out the leakage. The reason is when you are releasing, when you are adjusting a pump, the power from here, if you are not trained well on how to adjust, you will cause a burst. Because the moment you adjust very fast, that pressure which goes very high, which will burst the what? And the pipes, and definitely the leakage comes. Yes.
I have
design is purely single power source, not hybrid. Single power source means we're only going to consider what? The solar. That's why we have a reservoir tank. The reservoir tank normally is when you pump excess water. Of course, in this when we did the water demand, that tank will be, if you make it full, it can serve like 3 days. So as the light, maybe the sunshine is not there that very few hours, the water is still on the tank. So that one is no big problem because we have already a reservoir. For these communities, people have fit and we have designed, like over design, but we have designed for a longer period of time. So that one is not an issue. For sanitation, then you come. Can I hear how many people have latrines and how many don't have? Or do they all have latrines?
Let me be open. In terms of facility, the level of latrine within the community is not up to expectation. And as we had the training there at primary school, the helper in charge and the health assistant emphasized about to the community by the time we are for the training. And for assurance, S1s and the visitors were also involved in the training to talk about and to come and mobilize people how to improve the sanitation of the community. So by now, I can see with the help of the partner Red Cross, if you just move along the community, people are digging there, and the partner promised to support also the community in the work, like specifically on the issue of the slabs like that, because if you just look around, the area which we are missing the trees is all that much, and the partner Red Cross has also promised them to support them. But by now, it's not up to the expectation, the sanitation alone.
Is it 50%? Is it 60%?
I'm just 60 there. 60 there by now.
So now you have 60%.
60 around there.
40 are still depending.
Yeah,
on the
let me be
bush.
open.
The 40 are still in
But
the
by the I'm quite sure by the end of the year it will be improved, because if you just move around the community, you can see people are preparing on the issue of the latrine and the setter like that also. I'm seeing even I'm a community member.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also to add on to what our volunteer.
Mobile money. It causes problem in Yumbe, and we don't want that situation here. If you have people who are supplying you, pay them what belongs to them. Yeah, thank you.
They locked us in Yumbe.
Yeah, until we had to call police for the rescue.
Okay, but can we be very specific on that? You could even tell us.
This supply, like you see, we have the sand.
Yes.
We have this stone, the aggregates. We have those, maybe you have hired the vehicles from, the tippers should be cleared. Especially this one of the sand. This sand here, sometimes you get them on credit, they just keep writing down, even the aggregates. Let us clear them. Don't leave any bad record here.
And the issue here,
yeah,
no one can give you anything on credit.
Okay.
So we pay.
That is nice.
So all is already.
But even the local laborers, those who are working for you, even the laborers clear everybody. Clear everybody.
Yeah. We pay very well. They are very happy.
Oh, okay. Then that's okay.
That is nice.
Okay.
Okay. And from the contractor, we had a meeting with the FC5 there. We saw the interest of the community to benefit in the water. And the major concern there was the line along the design of the tap stands. So the contractor assured us there that they are going to have a meeting for that extension there to know about the design and the bill of quantity. For example, when I need the water from the water line to my home,
okay,
there's going to be a program designed to assure or to let members know. In relation to what Michael has said, there are some group members who started excavating the water line there by themselves.
Okay.
So within this range of time, as you have been left with 1 week like that, when are you going to have that meeting there to let communities know about that one there? Because as being a community member and as being also working with the partner, they are asking me about the issue. Just that after here, I'm quite sure that they expect more about that issue even after our meeting here. So may you let me know something in relation to that?
I think that question.
Maybe I can respond to that. I think that day it came out clearly because communities expressed the need. But what we told them, the scope of our work, we are going to look at only 8 public tap stands. Then after we hand over the system to the district now will come and have engagement with the communities and now see how do we extend water from the existing lines to your homes. That is what was resolved.
So I think he has understood. The problem is now, it will be now, Odongo, the district will now take over. For now, for them, they will hand over what.
We have issues of theft. Sometimes you find somebody will climb on the fence and enter inside. So you assure them whether you are going to have a sensor for the solar panels, because sometimes when you come and touch, it makes an alarm. You have an alarm, and then camera. You can assure them and explain to them what is there. Security. For the security.
Oh yeah. About the security, the way we are going to fix the panels, you can't remove it.
That is not enough.
In most cases, we have a sensor, we have an alarm.
You can.
The moment you go closer to the solar panels like this, it makes an alarm. That is actually the best for us.
Is it part of the POC?
Yeah, it's part of the design.
Yeah, if it is there, then just tell us you are going to put
it. Just something small, which it's a sensor. When you move next to it, just
because it may help us again deploying here, because ideally would be now deploying 24/7.
Yes, yeah, this will be.
Is it part of to pay local guard?
But now here, which is the nearest home that would hear that alarm? I'm trying to.
The landlord, yes. But the landlord has somewhere.
By the time when we did the breakdown, there was some issues raised there by the community also, particularly the landlords. So we were sure that we are going to benefit in this project in a matter of 3 ways. The first thing is the top stand which they have done now. We have got the top stand there from.
Very good.
And the other thing was concerning the security. We were told that as being the landlord, they are going to recruit one to be a guard here. And more so as we have leased, despite we have given the land to the district for free like that, but as the level and the size of the land has been extended to concerning the design, they are going to have that information there also. That was the points which were raised there by the time of the breakdown on 27th of that month there, as Michael said. So by now, we are happy that we have got the taps and now. So we are now waiting for the day when they are going to let us know when to give the name of the particular who is going to work us here, because that was there, security guard, and the issue of the compensation. So we're just waiting for that moment there. But by now we're okay, we're good to go with them, and we're testing going even by now. Those are the boys there you can see. They're the local people within here. Those are my brothers who are now working with them here also. So this member also we're here with them. But we're just waiting for those two issues, those two remaining issues: the issue of the security equipment and the issue of having the compensation, because that we are supposed to have it like that.
So they are going to recruit a local guard.
Yeah, local guard is here
with the arrow and bow.
I don't know how they are going to provide the like that.
For you, change the map.
But that one,
yeah, I know. Okay.
That one will be with the
Don't be changed.
Is it with that's the district.
Let others not change you.
It's okay.
You influence the others.
That's even by the time when we had the design there, we had two time meetings there at our home. That no one should come and disturb the design while they're doing sessions. As they promised some of the issues there, let's wait for the time and start when they come like that. Let them be free and let them work like that. Not disturb us. Even if it's
providing you as a security guard whereby you are going to be paid. That is the compensation. I don't know which now a compensation again
Madam,
you are talking.
If I can remember, you were there by the time of breaking down.
Yeah.
Those were the words which came there also.
That's why I wanted No, you pass ways. That's why I wanted the water officer to clarify. Yeah.
I also had some information came that something small will be given
to them, to the landlords.
No, I don't know who said that. Although you must clarify because
let it be our issue.
Yeah, it is the water which will go to the pipe. Now that pipe goes. So here is the system that we have the one which will be you will be taking the gauge, the pressure gauge, how the water is flowing.
There's a contractor.
Here also will be
contractor.
So that is the thing it says is going to be installed on Thursday. So this is the system. It's not a very big system. There's something to regulate how the water will be moving to the distribution.
It's just like a gauge.
Yes, yeah. Just where water comes, passes. Okay, valves are here.
No, you have already answered what I wanted to ask. Because I wanted to.
Hey, Afanda.
The final point. Okay. At this final point, you have the two taps. You can fetch 2 jerrycans at a go. Okay. So we have designed in such a way that this one has a key. So you open.
How?
There's a key.
You open, then now you fetch.
Oh, like this, eh?
Yeah. So this is very safe because now the caretaker will also go and rest. Okay. He closes and goes to rest. Yeah. Okay. So this is how it's shown. So the disabled person will also come with the wheelchair, stops here and puts the jerry can and rolls back.
So in short, the attendant will always be here with the key.
Yeah, that's the arrangement with them, the community,
They should come up with a schedule, like from this time to this time.
Exactly.
Which,
otherwise, it will be very inconvenient.
Yeah.
From the top part, you open and then
you should have the schedule.
Okay.
And
then
maybe
we can order for
I need it for my house, for my home.
2 keys. What if it happens to get lost? Is it easier to get these keys, or we have to destroy this again? Yes.
Yeah, by the that is a very good question.
And the second, is that key for both?
No,
each
no.
has its separate key.
Each has its separate key. Okay. When the key gets lost,
What are you removing?
Contractor, you answer that. But anyway, the only solution is
but also these are
you have to untie from here and replace the other.
Then replace
that
it.
is the only solution. Okay. The whole set is how much is the whole set? How much is this one?
Okay.
Liters which have been used. So this one also helps to plan. Maybe we need more extension in the same pipe than now.
We are very funny people in the community.
So, yeah, this one they will have a padlock which they will The water reservoir, but I see there are chairs here. Because our
Madam, engineer is begin to explain.
On top,
yeah?
The handrail, the balustrade, we envelope the tank on top, then covering Brenda, covering with this checkered plate. Yeah, I'm finishing this.
So the picture of how the tank.
Picture of the tank.
So is the tank going to be constructed up there, or you're going to carry something and put?
The tank are their plates.
They are plates.
They are plates.
Like this one.
Not plastic.
It will be assembled from up.
It's going to be assembled, but
from
it's
up.
not something we are going to carry and place. We are not engineers. Especially when we say tomorrow it will
Tuesday will be here. Also a cut ladder, we shall put a cut ladder. This to access
What is that?
the ladder to access the top.
Cut ladder for the cuts.
So the tank will be fairly, it will look like this. Not so much difference. Yes.
So RDC was asking the capacity of the tank?
Yes.
The tank is 40 cubics.
Cubics.
Okay, 40,000 liters.
40.
Some of us did not want mathematics.
What is the elevation from?
The height is 10 meters.
This one.
Yeah, from here.
The base, yeah?
So when do you expect this tank to be there?
Complete.
Everything complete.
Everything complete. By next week.
When
Next week has 7 days, but we have also said there are certain timelines we can't exceed. We have said it is just small. So what is that next week? What do you mean by next week?
Next week today is
As far as we were informed before we left Kampala is that on Monday you are handing over these things. And all paperwork. Monday is a public holiday.
Yes, the public holiday. I think it's Eid, something.
I thought it is Sunday.
Sunday.
it will be on Monday. You call them to make it on
So,
it is Monday.
But it doesn't stop.
Yeah, it doesn't stop.
You are supposed to hand over these books, the keys of those taps and everything, and then the district and Red Cross do the paperwork, whatever, on Sunday.
Now what we are going to do, we shall not have any public holiday. We shall not have any Sundays and the weekends. There will be just work blocked. Because mobilization has to be, that is key.
Where have you considered the issue of the washout? Where will the water flow in case there is an overflow? Because this is school and remember this is a road. The moment water goes to the road, there is going to destroy our road. So what are you considering to see that if there is an overflow?
Then you see this concrete leaving way. And that's why she was saying that even when they hand over, there must be a period. Did you say something like a period?
6 months.
Yes.
Defect
liability period for us to do monitoring.
So what are you saying?
I have two things.
It's not yet here. It's not yet here.
But where is it? Kampala is not
Getting
around.
from around and you see, let's
Zero.
be factual because this thing is not big. When you say around, I imagine you're talking about the trading center. Let us be very professional in this thing. Let's just be.
Because if it is Kampala, it's 700 kilometers away. The inconveniences of transporting it through Masinde, all that, even more.
No.
Because by the mere fact that he has not yet arrived now.
So I told him the issue of transport. All those pipes that work, they are just transported. Even the steel here, just transported. Got everything from Kampala.
So engineer, from my project management perspective, when you know you're supposed to be handing over something within 5 days, there would be no construction happening. You would be doing cleaning. So when you tell me